Lights on. Lights on. All right, Dennis. Before we get into anything here, your boy's gonna have to come clean. He's gonna have to, he's gonna have to open his chest, metaphorically, to the world right now out here on the Double D Experience, which thank you for listening to and tuning in you were probably accidentally searching for porn. And you found this, and you just, for some reason, you didn't turn it off in the first 5 seconds, and you're still here. This is auditory porn. You know, I've been complimented on my voice before, and
this be Brazzers quality auditory porn. Brazzers quality, my dude.
What he said. So, Dennis, I'm gonna get into something with you here for just a quick second.
Please do.
I don't have a single fucking topic prepared for today.
Well, David.
I sat down and I came on here and, you know...
Well, David, you're in luck because we have some topics here, though. So,
yeah, we do write them down beforehand, don't we?
Well, sometimes we do. Sometimes it's also like real last minute that we're just like,
yeah.
This is like 2 minutes before. Like, I think I've seen you do it a couple times where like on the notes or like on the episode page, like it's like literally a couple minutes before we like about to get on and record, and I just see like you literally typing away on the Google Doc. I'm like, the fuck, is he really writing a topic now? Like what?
I'm such a degenerate, Dennis. I just
David, don't worry, we're all degenerates.
Dennis,
we're all degenerates here.
All I've done for the last 3 days is play Call of Duty. That's all I've done.
Well, David, here's something.
It's Double D. It's double. You want to talk about Double D for a second? It's double XP weekend. For God. So, like, all I've been doing, it's not even the Double D weekend, dude. It's double XP weekend. All I've been doing is playing zombies for 3 days. I'm such a fucking D-Gen gamer.
Okay, let me ask you. Have you at least had that gamer fuel?
You mean Rise Cold Brew? Because that's my gamer fuel.
As you just plug in like the ad like right now.
No. No, put that away.
Like, no. Not right now, please.
No.
Not right now, Nintoonist.
Just you calm yourself, horny bastard. You get to listen to the podcast twice before you upload it. Frickin' future Nintoonist asshole.
Yeah,
well,
who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck do you think you are? A better version of me? Probably wiser, more handsome, arguably a little bit taller.
You'll be amazed how much wiser you can be after like 3 days.
Yeah, dude, like 3 days after doing nothing but playing Call of Duty, and then working the one day you work that weekend, and then getting home, and guess fucking what? Guess what you're doing? Playing more fucking COD.
So, are you going to play mayonnaise as an instrument?
Yeah, I wish. You know, there's some Team Fortress 2 had a bunch of wacky items that realistic games like Call of Duty don't have, man. Like, literally one of the weapons in that game is a jar of piss that you throw at people. It's called Girardi.
Wait, in Team Fortress?
In Team Fortress 2, yes.
Is this the same jar of piss that the sniper in his video, like, fucking, like, stocked up on in that one clip from his trailer?
Yes, it is. It's not even the wackiest item in that game. Before we get into any serious topics, I guess, which Dennis has planned, because he's got Politico. That's what he has right here, which is funny as fuck.
I'm El Politico in this podcast. Actually,
funny as fuck, Mike.
I hope. I don't know. I try to be.
My grandmother was downstairs. No, I don't either. But you know, sometimes there are serious things to talk about. That's the Double D Experience. You know, we get funny and then we do something serious. Like last week, we talked about. I'm sure you tuned in last week. We talked about bearded ladies. And then immediately after that, we talked about a very serious sexual allegation story in the Smash community.
Nairo, yes.
Yeah, we went to that. And honestly, I think that episode turned out great. I was kind of self-conscious about it, but it was funny as fuck. Dennis just brought up bearded ladies out of nowhere in true Double D fashion and made it great just with his general presence. So I don't know why I'm so self-conscious and beat myself up. So, because you know what, Dennis? You know what I did today? I saw...
okay. Did you jerk it?
Yes, shut up.
Okay, all right, I'm shutting up.
I'm kidding. No, it just showed up on my YouTube feed. You know, you have the fucking most random stuff ever come up on your YouTube feed, stuff that you think is going to be curated for you.
Oh, yeah.
I was sent a video of a frog in a glass cage.
A frog?
with a giant, big-ass huntsman spider that is bigger than my hand.
Damn.
Literally.
You got some big hands, too.
I got some big...
Got some big mongoloid hands.
The better to jerk me with my quarantine friend. Yeah.
It's my best friend.
It was a unfortunately. It's the frog versus... It was a frog versus a huntsman spider. And this frog ate the entire fucking thing.
How big was this fucking frog?
It was just a normal frog. It was like a normal small frog that actually is the size of my hand. Like that, like probably the size of my hand, you know, about maybe a little bit bigger.
From finger to bottom of the hand?
Pretty much, yeah.
Shit.
And the huntsman spider was huge. And this huntsman spider had to have been a really hard matchup or something. Not to make a dumb Smash joke, but like literally this thing was like the frog was not moving. It was literally just sitting there, wide-eyed, derpy-ass, dumb-looking fucking animal, and the spider was trying everything it did to just try to walk around it or get around it, but then every time the spider even got, like, a semblance near it, the frog would suddenly move. Not its body, it would just, like, take its mouth and go... Like, it would just lash out its tongue all of a sudden every time it got near. It was just like... And this thing, the video was brutal, because this frog ripped off a spider's leg, ripped off its leg one at a time.
Damn.
And ate it, like ate each leg one at a time until the point where the thing was basically like a little like monopod, like just this fucking like it looked like a small tripod, basically this little spider, and then it just ate the entire thing fucking raw. The spider that was bigger than he was, and honest to God, like I had no idea frogs even ate spiders. I had no idea. That's bad.
That's kind of new to me,
you think
too.
Suicide is badass. I think that's badass, dude. I think frogs are cool. I've always liked frogs ever since I was a kid.
Oh, did you? Oh, so like, were you like really big into nature when you were young?
No, I was really into Frogger.
Like the game?
Yeah, my aunt got me like Frogger 2.
Oh,
Like this little PC game where you like went through like these linear levels as Frogger and his wife trying to find all their little tadpoles, their little chillin' that got kidnapped by a fucking crocodile, and it was cool. It was really cool. Honest to God, dude, Frogger for Smash. There's a game, right? Mm-hmm. It's called Frogger's Journey. And I need to let the people know about this right the fuck now.
Takes off your clothes like this is serious business.
This is serious, which is why I got naked.
Just take off your shirt. Just only your shirt first. It's just like, listen to me. This is fucking super ethereal. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. That's super ethereal. I'm gonna tell you how much I love Frogger. And then we're gonna stop Manbear Pig.
Why didn't nobody play any Frogger games with Super Ethereal? No, like, dude, this is an RPG starring Frogger.
Ooh.
I'm dead serious. This is a real game. It was for the Game Boy Advance. It came out sometime in the 2000s, obviously. Mm-hmm. And it's literally like a full-fledged RPG, like with dialogue and everything, but with like Frogger-style gameplay. There's different like items you equip and stuff. It's like actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I bought it from this local game store I used to go to that I don't go to anymore for reasons. But
is it other than pandemic reasons, or like is there like
yes,
actual, like,
yes, it is other than pandemic reasons.
Did like the manager like slap your dick or something? Like what happened?
I wish that was the case.
Was the manager a woman?
No, the manager's not a woman. It's just I don't go there anymore just because it reminds me of my ex, because she used to work there and like she used to run like tournaments there and stuff, and there were certain tournaments I used to go to that, at least for the time being, you know, I won't go to anymore, which are obviously not happening anyway, but you know.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, basically, I don't know, it's just a big part of what is currently my past life, not getting into that. Point is, it's a dope game. It's called Frogger's Journey. If you can find it somewhere, play it, like, just give it a try. It's a classic Frogger gameplay, which if you're 90 years old, and you're listening to this fucking podcast right now,
that 190
get your COVID shot first. Get your COVID shot. I'm pretty sure you're eligible.
Tell your family to visit.
Tell your family to visit, you know. Get that sorry, you know, like, 6-figure piece of shit son. He's going to Cancun like 3 days a week, you know, definitely cheating.
Let's not get
definitely
into that
cheating
yet.
on his wife.
Let's not get into that yet.
And then to take your mind off of it, just play Frogger's Journey. There you go. That is my piece. And I just got reminded of it because of that video. Nature's fucking scary.
Yeah, David here out here watching Animal Planet cockfights and like, yo, TBH, I actually would like be in that crowd where like they let's say they get like two really dangerous like kind of insects or animals and just let them go at it. I'd be the one throwing money into the fucking ring. It's like, yeah, it's like throwing like singles and fives like into the fucking pit as they're like going at it.
I mean, there's nothing illegal about that, right? They're bugs.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I think in some countries, I guess it's like whatever, like who gives a fuck. But like, I know for obviously, like, you know, like for the United States, like dog like cockfights like thing are obviously illegal.
Dog fight, I'm fucking hunting you down.
Yeah, for real. Like I love dogs and I hate people who mistreat them. I would castrate you all if I could.
But, just like I would neuter you. You're the one who's getting fucking
the dog you just rescued.
That's what they should have done to Michael Vick, man. Like making a dumb chew toy was not enough. They should have taken that man's nuts.
But at the same time, they did a little fucked up with like you rescue a dog and it's just kind of like you hold them in your arms and you're just like, I'm gonna remove your nuts.
I knew that's where you were going.
But it fucked up though. Like it's like, okay, you like destroyed this whole cockfight ring. And like you just like start cradling this dog, and you're so happy, but at the same time, it's like this dog has no idea that this person who just rescued him is about to remove his genitals from his very body.
Do you think that what do you think would have happened if the dog knew in advance somehow?
I think the dog would. Oh, if I like, let's say if I was the dog, I'd bite the person. Like, I don't even give a fuck that like you saved me. I'm a bite you like because like I don't want my nuts gone.
If you're in a shelter though, like what if they put him down because of that?
I'd run away.
I mean, I guess that's the opposite.
Like if I was a dog,
live myself a little Lady and the Tramp kind of life, get myself out there,
yeah,
find myself a nice piece of ass cocker spaniel out there,
like, can you imagine if
just
dogs,
go out for a night on the town?
If dogs had like human, what do you call it, like cognitive like function,
yes,
and like they were able to like at least communicate and like at least socialize like human beings, yo, dogs would literally be in rebellion against us. All these dickless, fucking, all these ballless fucking dogs would be coming after us. Because, like, you know, if dogs had the same rights as human beings, which, you know, obviously they don't, but like if they did, they would be like obviously like, yo, there's like, I don't know how many dogs in the world, but like I'm assuming like probably billions at this point. Like there's probably billions of them that like would probably rise up and like start a revolution or some shit, like some Animal Farm shit, like and fucking go like.
You don't like Rick and Morty, right?
Okay,
you've never seen that show?
No, I have seen that show, but I'm gonna amend my thing when I said
Please.
that. I thought the show was clever at times. I have to say though, I hate the fan base. I think
I mean
the show
Pickle
is
Rick.
fine. I thought it was funny so many times. Like it's the same with me with Archer. Maybe a little bit less because I love Archer.
Oh, shut up.
No. I love Archer.
What are you about to fucking say about Archer? Because I'm gonna
listen,
swing.
Listen. I love Archer. I have nothing against the show. But at the same time, though, I was gonna say like it's not the same thing. Like what I was gonna compare with Archer and Rick and Morty, because like I find both shows extremely funny. I think they're very cleverly written and like the writing is just top notch. But at the same time, like I was gonna say like Rick and Morty fans, at least when the show was at its height, were way more obnoxious than anybody who was into Archer. I have had plenty of conversations with Archer fans, and like, you know, it's usually just like, oh, we just say like quotes from the show and shit, and then that's it. But like,
yeah,
Rick and Morty fans, like, I don't know. Like, I love the show, but I have to say I don't like the fandom. Like, that's like, at least the best. That's the best way I could put it.
They're cringy in a whole different way. I swear to God, like the Archer fan base is like literally like, I'm not even just saying this because little known fact about me, I'm a diehard Archer fan. That's literally my favorite TV show, like ever. The Archer fan base is literally like the least toxic fan base I've ever seen in my life. All they do is just like spam quotes to each other until like they're not funny anymore. That's all they do. I've never seen in my life. I've never seen an Archer fan in a flame war with anybody. Like they're always on the same page. I left a tweet. I left a comment. I left a fucking comment like on like a promo tweet for them, and it simply said "fuck." That's all my tweet said, because like it like let you know that like Lana was like married to some other character in the upcoming season or something, and all I wrote was "fuck," and like everybody like dogpile liked that comment, including the fucking official Archer Twitter page.
Hey,
like the fan base is like all on the same page. It's all that one thing. Meanwhile, you know, Rick and Morty. Like, to be fair, you need to have a pretty high IQ. To really understand Rick and Morty and get the jokes. If you don't like that show, you might just be like stupid.
A little retarded. You might be a little retarded.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh my god, I remember like those videos of those like fucking kids standing on the counters at like McDonald's and shit, going in there like, I pickle Rick. Like, oh, that was something else, man. I mean,
do you remember? That reminded me of another thing that a lot of dumbass people did. Remember that whole planking shit from like years ago, even before.
I very much remember that trend. Yes, I was planking today as part of my exercise.
Tell me not though, like David, from another guy who exercises, from me to you, how much do planks suck? Like,
well,
how
they
much
suck
do they
because
fucking
like
suck?
They fucking suck because they work.
They work, but at the same time though, do you hate yourself? As soon as you're in that position and like you set that timer, like, do you hate yourself?
Only when I set the timer?
Well, I mean, I set a timer like thing for my exercise. I figured like thing you'd have done the same.
If only it took me just pressing a timer, and that would be the only moments when I hate myself.
Okay, I'm gonna hate myself for 1 minute.
No, when I play Ring Fit Adventure, like the planks they make you do in that game are like the moving planks, the one that make you arch your back upward first and then get in the planking position, up and down like that. Those kick ass. And
they kick your ass, all right.
Yeah. I feel bad if I don't do them because I just want to like exercise and be fit and look different when I come back to Smash tournaments, so I can drown myself in drown myself in more degenerate things in a desperate attempt to rekindle, the love that lacks in my heart. But yeah,
wow, it got dark like real quick.
Planks are fucking the trend was different because like the trend you stretch your body, and that is sort of a core thing, but it's not necessarily just the same thing. Like planking is when like you put your fist to the ground and stuff, put your body in that position, hold yourself up, stretch it. And planking and the trend was sort of the same way, but that was no, of course, I agree. That trend was stupid as hell.
No, but I just realized though, planking and the whole Pickle Rick thing, it was literally just the Pickle Rick thing was the planking thing just turned upside down.
Elaborate.
No, listen to me. Because when you're planking, like you're face down, right? That was like the main thing.
Up.
Like, booty up, face down, like thing, and you just like
that's the way we like to what?
Get that prone bone position, but
prone bone. I've never heard that before. Go on.
You may look that up later.
Ooh.
Read the Kama Sutra. I actually read that book. Like I've read like 2 pages.
You've read the Kama Sutra?
No. Listen, I read 2 pages of that, and I'm like, this is the most pretentious shit I've ever read.
Really? I've never read it. I don't.
Because you could read it, and maybe it's just me because like I hate just pretentious shit in general. But like,
same.
Like when I was reading it, like this sounded as if like it was made by a guy who had a 12-inch dick and like made a woman come just with his 1-2 fingers. It had like that sort of like kind of vibe to me, and like it wasn't. And I figured it. I thought it would kind of be written in a more sort of scientific way, but a lot of it has some kind of spiritual undertone about it, which I'm kind of like I do get. Because like sex is a very like physical, spiritual, and emotional like sort of experience. But but it was just like this would be like if like the way I read this was if my local 7-Eleven cashier was reading it to me. You must take the woman's vagina. You must open it with your 2 fingers. Insert the 2 fingers and then have a come hither motion as if you are telling her to come hither. Like,
whisper some sweet nothings in her ear.
Whisper some sweet nothings into her ear. Tell her that she is a salute, a a waste of space. No wonder daddy left you.
Oh my god, dude! Did I ever tell you I got searched in a 7-Eleven once?
You got searched?
Yeah.
For what?
Oh, the clerk thought I stole something.
Fuck? Really?
Yeah, I was 12, and he thought I stole something. Straight up, the dude looked at me and he was like, "Take off your jacket."
Holy shit.
I said, "What?" He's like, "Take off your jacket." I'm like, "Are you serious, man?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like, "Dude, I didn't fucking steal anything, man, or whatnot." And like, I took off my jacket, emptied my pockets. I'm like, I didn't steal anything. Pretty sure my friend stole a cup or something.
Oh, were you with a friend?
I was with like all my friends. I was with like all my friends. We were just 6th graders walking around town, you know.
And you were the last one to leave?
Walking fast, faces past, and I was homebound. Dude, it was so... Dennis, when is the white man gonna have their turn?
Well, oh my god, you had your turn 200 years ago.
Yeah, I guess we did.
That era's over now.
No, it was like so stupid, man. Like, honestly, I mean, I've been pulled over once before in my life for like accidentally like running a red, and I was with my friend who was brown, and the cop asked for his like information for no reason. I'm like, you fucking
Jesus
asshole.
Christ.
Honestly, it was like, but anyway, yeah. Would you I mean, on the topic of dogs, you said, would you leave your dog if you were Ted Cruz? What does that mean?
Oh, because like, you know, everyone knows like, you know, Ted Cruz like thing has his had his poodle, and it basically he didn't take
know
it
he
with
even
him.
had a dog.
Yeah, I know, same here. Like, I don't know what.
No fucking way. He had a dog and he left it behind in that snowstorm.
Yeah, here's the thing, though, and that's another thing that I was angry about as well. But the other thing that I was angry about was that I hate it when news like tries to make some mundane shit, even if it's about a celebrity, like news, right? And like, I literally thought, like, when I was reading this, I didn't read the headlines. I just kind of like skimmed through it a little bit. Didn't even read the headlines. I was reading through this and I was just kind of like, is this newspaper fucking telling me that like Ted Cruz having a dog is newsworthy? like I got mad at that shit because like, I don't know. It sounds just so fucking dumb. Like, whenever you read some of this shit, it's like, did you know that Ted Cruz has a dog? I'm like, no, but fuck you for wasting my time for reading this useless information.
24-hour news cycle, my dude. You know, you gotta scrape the bottom of the barrel eventually. Something will be bored, or something, you know, your newspaper has like a bias or whatever. Which, as much as I hate Ted Cruz, you know, like that seems like a pretty, you know, thing, like a dumb thing to even report on. I mean, if he left his dog, yeah, he's an asshole, but I guarantee you if, like, Nancy Pelosi did that same shit and left her, like, fucking little Pomeranian that she probably has behind and, like, a, you know, a goddamn tornado, shit's flying around, like, you know, Wicked Witch of the West. Like, I guarantee, you know, NBC News wouldn't report on that shit. I promise you they wouldn't.
Of course not.
I mean, some news networks are worse than others, don't get me wrong, but that doesn't mean your favorite is completely free of
of bullshit.
Of some bias. But I mean, I think Ted Cruz might have some, according to you, might have some bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, like going on vacation.
Dude, he's not walking fast.
Our face is past, and he's not, and he's Cancun bound.
Cancun bound.
I don't know, like my
leaving my fucking state to the grave. Flying fast, I'm Cancun bound.
I don't know. I read
White
that
enough
story.
to listen to that.
I read that story, and like, I love dogs. I don't have one at the moment because like the house that I'm living at, like we can't. We're like under contract to like not have pets in the place.
Same. My family really, my sister especially really wants one since we had to have ours put down last year. But my 92-year-old grandmother lives with us now, and we know it would just be too hard and stuff. But please go on.
Oh yeah, and I guess this might as well just be a segue into like the whole thing. We're gonna be talking about like the Texas situation.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. That's exactly what I was fucking trying to do, you trog.
I love you, baby.
Why did you think I brought it up?
Because we're co-hosts and we are synced. Obviously, we're on the same wavelength, David. Like right now, like right now, I know you're thinking about wanting to crush some puss after this.
Dennis, shush. Dennis. Real talk. How the fuck did you know that?
David, I am a man too. I have a penis as well.
No, but I'm dead serious. As soon as you like started saying like, "What are you thinking about?" I started thinking about something. I'm like, "All right, let's see if he guesses it." And that was, I was straight up thinking about sex.
David,
that's what you fucking did.
David, I am a level 400,000 Asian. Like, I'm on a different plane. I'm sorry.
I mean, that
I
is
graduated, and I graduated from a math Asian to a wise man Asian.
Mathasian school for Mathasians. Dude, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a 24-year-old guy. I'm a 24-year-old single
you got the
dude.
hormones,
So,
like,
honest to
raging.
God, you know, like that's like some daytime television, like psychic show shit. Like, I'm sensing.
It's like, what am I
Did
thinking
anybody
about?
here have a relative die in the last 10 years? Oh my God, that's so me. How did he know that? Take me.
Take my palms. Read my palms. What did they say?
Levitate me on your cock.
I don't know. I probably could pass off
wizard.
as I could pass off as a psychic if I want to, but it's always seems to be like Middle Eastern or Slavic looking women that tends to like head those places. Like there's one place
I've known fucking girls and I've unfortunately dated girls. I mean, I've never dated a girl who was like into like that fucking psychic shit, but I have dated ones who were like spiritual enough to the point where they believed in like a semblance of astrology, not the kind where like it was always like, yeah, you're gonna slay today, queen, because the stars and align like fuck all that shit. But like one who sort of used it as a coping mechanism for
and a crutch,
as a crutch for some shortcomings and some frankly illusions that were the grandeur of her mind.
So a piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, ugh. I hate that shit.
I know, because it gives them like an excuse to be an asshole. It's like, oh,
I knew it.
I'm a Gemini. It's like, I'm sorry, like, you know,
Like she's like really nice.
I'm sorry, but not. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like, you know, I'm sorry. I'm just a Gemini. Like, this is how I am. Like, I'm a bitch from birth to now. Like, I was just a bitch the whole time. It's just how I am. So you
oh,
have to
honey,
deal
you
with
should
it.
see me when the moon turned red.
I
knew
literally
it.
kill people.
Oh my God. Okay, that's a little bit beyond like I don't like this person.
It sounds like she would be like that though. Like she would probably make an excuse if she was a murderer. It's like, sorry, I'm like this because I'm a Gemini. I'd love to murder people just because how the stars aligned when I was born.
Look, she's like really nice, and she's always been there for me, but she's a Scorpio, so like,
I just like I don't like Scorpios. Like it's just not on my astrology thingamabob. Like, you know, like she doesn't even know what it actually is. She's just like, you know, oh, this sounds like, you know, this sounds like me. Like I love this thing, but it's like she has no idea like what it actually is.
bro.
You know, and you want to know something too? Funny enough, like as I was like saying like all this shit like in that mocking like female voice, my hands were like waving the fuck around. Like
yeah, oh mine too.
I was like, oh my God! Like
I got a little sassy too, Dennis. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're gonna make the Z snap. Let me tell you, girl. Like I was dating this man, and we hit it off so well. But at the same time, like I found out that he was like a Capricorn. I had to end it right away.
Oh my God,
girl!
how fucking long were you with him? You dated a fucking Capricorn.
I dated him for 5 minutes. I just couldn't do it a minute more. Like it was just too much. I couldn't deal with it. I had a feeling. Like the stars were telling me that he was like something was wrong. Something was off about him. And then I asked him when his birthday was, and I looked it up on the horoscope thing. And I found out he was a Capricorn. Oh my God, couldn't believe it. The fuck's your girl name?
Davina.
Davina, I cannot tell you how much I was so shocked at this development. Couldn't believe it.
If you use fucking astrology as a means to justify your shit behavior, I want you to do me a quick favor. I want you to twist your neck very, very slowly until, like, it's pretty much, you know, you're facing the opposite direction. And if you do it right, everything should just, you know, you'll hear a quick and, at a certain point, like, trust me, you'll know when you did it right. You'll know.
You'll be seeing the bright lights and the pearly gates. That's how you'll know you fucking did it right.
I mean, that depends on what they've used as an excuse for their astrology. If they're gonna wind up seeing the pearly gates, my dude.
Can you imagine if like Hitler fucking said like, "Oh my god, I had to kill the Jews because like it was read by the stars. Like I'm a Capricorn." Wasn't
that like half the shit like he said when he was up there?
But like this dude thought like he was literally like, you know, I'm doing the world a favor. Like,
I mean, that's what he did. He thought he was doing.
I know. But like, if he put like a shitty twist on it, where he was just like, "Yeah, I had to do this because my horoscope said so." It's like my horoscope said you're gonna kill all the Jews today. Might as well get hot to it.
It reminds me of Family Guy when like Peter and like his fucking father-in-law were trying to make like anti-weed PSAs, and so they just edited like this fucking like Nazi footage. He's like, "Hey everybody, I have an idea. Let's kill 6 million Jews. Yay! Hooray! Oh, how'd you ever come up with that kind of idea?" I got it from smoking pot.
Also, yeah, let's also just say this. If you use anything, whether it be a horoscope or any fucking sort of object to rationalize your shitty behavior, kill yourself. Please.
No, don't actually do that. I was memeing about that.
I'm not.
Please reassess your life choices. But hold on a second. What is Ted Cruz's astrological sign?
Dude.
This is important.
He's a Capricorn.
He's a Capricorn, Dennis. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's an Astro chart website for Ted. You can look up anybody. You can look up fucking anybody. They have a whole segment. They have a whole section for famous people. Dennis. They have a picture of him. Dennis, you need to see this. It has his fucking...
I kind of don't, because I'm a Capricorn too.
No, I'm sending this to you right now. You need to see this.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god. They have his picture. They have his government picture.
I guess this is going to be the clip for the promo for this episode.
Oh my god.
Send it through me through Discord.
I knew it, Dennis. You can't trust those Capricorns, girl.
David, I'm a Capricorn.
Oh.
Well, I guess podcasts over.
No, like my ex was into that kind of stuff, and I think it helped improve her at least her well-being for the most part, and I think she still actually I got her into meditation actually, and it really helped her out a lot, and she hated the same kinds of people that I did that used it as an excuse for like their shit behavior. And stuff. Some people who like use it as just like a little bit of a comforting thing to themselves if it helps them, you know, feel a certain way. To me, that's like the same thing as religion. So what? Let them think that if they're not hurting anybody. But like those fucking idiots who literally don't like somebody based on their fucking astrological sign, if you believe in that shit, like that's fucking stupid. Yeah. Like I don't dislike Ted Cruz because he's a Capricorn. I dislike him because he's a fucking beta cuck soy boy piece of shit.
He's also Cuban too. He's also Cuban.
Is he really?
He is the first Cuban American or Latino to hold the office of senator of basically Texas. Yo, you got this guy. He's basically repping you guys. That's the thing. He's out there being like, you know, I speak. I don't know how he speaks. He's like, I speak for all Cuban Americans. I don't even know how.
What the fuck was that fucking Morty?
I like to think like he just has like a really weak voice. You know.
That's okay, honey. It's like okay. I'll just wait in here until the four of you are done.
Like every two sentences, like his voice cracks. It's like, yeah, see, I'm the junior United States senator from Texas.
I'm a U.S. senator from Texas.
Elected in 2013, he is the first Cuban American. Well, yeah, dude, first Cuban American or Latino to hold the office.
That's okay, honey. I'll just wait in here until you're done. I've never had these many African American men in my house before, but it's okay. You know, like she seems to be enjoying it. My wife seems to be enjoying it. I'll just come in here and I'll make you guys some tea.
So hey,
you got some iced tea.
Hey, Greg. Like that's like the guy fucking his wife. Greg, give me some iced tea.
Why would Greg get it? Ted's already getting it for him. He's the cook.
Oh, okay. Yo, Ted looks as if his name would be Greg.
Yeah, he kind of does look like Greg.
What's up, Greg Cruz?
Greg. Oh, that's a shit name.
That is
like,
a shit
You
name.
have to like close your mouth before you can even finish like the whole name because you have to skip to the Cruz. Like Greg Cruz. It doesn't roll off the tongue as much.
I almost feel like if you were a Cuban named Greg, you're like, yo, you were getting roasted by your family. Like your mom and dad thought like, oh, Greg, like I don't know, like I can't really do like an unoffensive like Latino accent, but it's like,
¿Qué pasa, man? You're gonna let me come? You're gonna let me come inside or what?
Scarface it's just straight up Cuban though.
I told you, man. I told you.
gonna never
Maybe
kick
if you take these chicks out for some ice cream or something, afterward they might want to bounce up and down on your cock or something. But no, you gotta be a little stupid ass cockroach.
Also another
For the record, I am Cuban.
yes he is.
Just letting you all know that right now. I'm letting you know that just so I don't seem like a total moron.
I've called David's dick a Cuban sandwich.
He has. Like, for years he's actually done that.
Also, believe it or not, there are two more Cuban Americans that have held office within the United States government. Other one is Marco Rubio of Florida.
Oh yeah, well,
and Democrat Bob Mendez of New Jersey.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Bob Mendez. I mean Menendez, right? Isn't it Mendez or Menendez?
Menendez, my bad.
Yeah,
my
Menendez,
bad. Is he still like? I've never even heard of this guy until now. Like, let me see.
Hold on a second.
Where are you at? Where are you at, Bob?
Menendez.
He's the whitest Cuban I've ever seen, or the whitest looking Cuban. He looks like a wasp. Bob Menendez looks like a fucking wasp. I'm sorry. Like, he does not look as if he plays dominoes. Like, on the
he's on here. All right, Marco Rubio. He is I think he's a Gemini.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, the Bob Menendez wasn't on here, but Marco Rubio was. That's not surprising. Okay.
Oh, Bob Menendez got severely admonished by the United States Senate Select Committee on Ethics. Oh shit!
Didn't he have a fucking scandal a few years back?
I guess so. Yeah, I didn't know what it was, but yeah, on corruption charges. Yeah, on April 2015. Holy shit! Wow, this guy, what a fall from grace this guy was.
Oh boy! All right,
Oh
Bernie Sanders. Yeah, Bernie Sanders is. I was about to say, if Bernie Sanders wasn't on here. Oh, he's a Virgo. I didn't know he was a virgin. That's kind of sad. He's like 80 something.
What?
Or like getting up there. Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, it says right here. It says right here on the Astro Chart site. He's a virgin.
Oh.
Yeah, it says virgin right there as his
Then
astrological sign.
Isn't that Virgo?
Yes, Dennis. Yes, Dennis. That's what that actually is.
So that sounds as if you got it wrong, my guy. I'm joking.
So to segue into this next topic, which
watch your blood pressure.
That's smart. Hold on. How do I spell her actual name?
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, because to segue into this next topic, guys, because I think you had something you wanted to talk about. Whatever. How does she, as a Libra, take away votes from Ted Cruz, the Capricorn?
Okay, I'm not gonna go into the horoscope stuff.
He's fucking Capricorny, Ted Cruz.
Yeah, I mean, he's a cornball for sure, but
he's more like a cuckball.
Fucking leaving your dog. You go on vacation, you fuck nut.
Fucking like piss on. I fuck you, Ted Cruz. Fucking asshole.
But
you wish you were as sexy as AOC.
I mean,
you wish you could get this many young people into politics with your charming smile and your progressive policies and your Among Us Twitch.tv channel. You wish you knew what any of that shit was.
She also is just like, in general, she's just pretty. She's a pretty girl.
I would swipe the fuck right on AOC. I'm not gonna lie.
I think she looks better without the glasses.
Not that I use Tinder anymore, but like I would swipe the fuck right
God,
on AOC still.
Wouldn't that be scandalous, I guess? Like if someone found like
AOC on Tinder?
the real AOC on Tinder.
I mean, is she not allowed to date?
No, she's with this. Oh, she's with someone right now. That's why.
Okay, then then it would absolutely be a scandal.
Okay, glad.
Probably forgot to delete it or some shit.
Imagine it's just like, it's not mine, or at least that was mine, but it was like, I've had it for so long, I just forgot about it, like when I was with my boyfriend.
It says you swiped right on this guy last week.
Okay, listen, that wasn't me. That was another person that was posing as me. Okay, just like changes the story every
with the exact
time.
name Alexandria Ocasio, however, Cortez. Yeah.
Okay, let me actually get into this because I personally feel like this is just gonna be like, this is another kind of chapter in, like, I guess AOC's like kind of rise, because I think what she did when she went to Texas was genius. Like truly genius as far as like the politics go, because Texas's own Greg Cruz wasn't even there, and yeah, because he looked like a Greg, bro. Like he looked like what do you call it, cuck boy, like for real.
I mean, yeah,
he does. So okay, we move on from that now, but like I think. Literally, like what she did, like going down there, bringing the water bottles, like thing, even raising money. I think she did like a stream that raised money, for like the to help with the relief effort, like thing down there. Like she, people could call it whatever they want, like, oh, she's just doing it for the political game and everything. Like she doesn't really care.
No, she's trying to advance her wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Because it's like, as if that's not like the name of the game. But at the same time, though, it's like y'all still got literal, I think, millions, right? I think she raised millions, I think, for Texas and like all the areas that were affected. And she even brought like supplies and everything to them, and like just kind of like literally just had it all out there, and like kind of just call it whatever you want, but at least like the way she did it was in an altruistic light. Maybe it not is wholly altruistic. I will agree with that, since like this is for politics. Like she is a politician. Like she knows how to play the game. Like, and she played it well in this instance. Like homeboy wasn't even there. Homeboy wasn't even there when she was there, like giving out all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like the press also ate that shit up. And people, I think, or I remember reading about it a little bit, and like some people were even saying that like, Texans will probably be grateful for what she did for 2 days, and then just say, "I'm never gonna vote for you."
Dude, which they'll vote red no matter what.
Which again, like it's that is probably true. Like I'm pretty sure, like the vast majority of people who she handed out water bottles to, like probably took it, obviously, and was thankful for it. But I like to imagine one of them just like went up to her, like to her ear, and was just kind of like, "I'm never voting for you, you bitch. Thanks for the water bottle." And like just walked away. And like, I'm pretty sure she knows that too. Like this is a traditionally red state, like historically red almost. And it's
absolutely historically red. Yeah.
And it's like a good effort on her part to like go down there and like help out. And I think a few others, some celebrities, even like I think Beyonce also, like one of them, like kind of like raised up some money and gave supplies and all that, like helped with the relief down there. And it's, I don't know, for me, I almost feel like she's gonna be remembered for this, like in a very almost like kind of in a romantic sort of way, just because it's like, this is a politician, a congresswoman who straight up like thing is against everything that, let's say, a traditionally red state stands for. But she still went down there, basically just showing her humanity and like just basically going down there and like giving and helping out all like anybody that she could, like with supplies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask you, like, in your opinion, like, do you think like this is gonna be in like that her campaign reel in the future? It's gonna be like, you remember like in 2021, like, and when Texas suffered through the winter storm and like our power went out and our infrastructure just went to shit. But then one person, it's like almost like a movie. It's like, one person came from New York, and it was AOC.
While one Texas senator was in Cancun getting cucked by a bunch of Caribbean guys. one woman, one strong, independent, beautiful woman went down and gave some of what she had to the Texans in need, freezing to death because of their state's shitty infrastructure.
Our shitty decentralized infrastructure.
Vote AOC 2040.
It's
just that kind of voice. That's me. Like, it's me. Like, at that point, I'm the one doing the voiceover.
Oh my god.
For fucking AOC's commercial.
If you were the narrator of that fucking campaign.
Brought to you by AOC for America. Ted Cruz is a cock. I repeat, Ted Cruz is a cock.
Also, do you love Rise Cold Brew?
I'm still fucking shilling for Rise Cold Brew like 30 years from now. I'm still
It would be so great though. It's like I'm like we're both like older now and like think it's like let's say by that time like we
double the experience episode like
4,000. Yeah, like 4 billion fucking something. And like
Dennis, what do you want to talk about today?
Like and it's just like, and I'm like we're talking about in the podcast in the future. It's just like, hey everyone, by the way, like David was the narrator for AOC, like presidential candidate AOC's campaign reel, like check that shit out. And it's just like you being like really like half phoning it in, half like like, I'm just gonna go crazy with this and just see where I go with it. And just like and just be like summer blockbuster.
You gotta put yourself
narrator.
into the copy. I mean, when you're reading it, when you're a voice actor, you gotta put a little piece of yourself into it, otherwise it's not real. So of course I took a few creative liberties with AOC's presidential campaign ad. Sue me, all right? I'm just fucking trying to make my way in this world.
And it's like David is like in the headlines come out like David is actually AOC's secret mistress. I don't know, like does mistress go?
No,
like,
I was gonna say like
does it go both ways?
In the fucking ad, I'm just like, AOC did not pay me for this ad. I repeat, AOC did not pay me for this ad. She is extorting sex from me. Please, somebody, please send help. She has me tied to the bed as I am recording this.
Yo, but to be fair though, I think AOC.
Don't say I'd be lucky. That's rape.
No. I mean, if you consented to it, it's like, okay, fine. But like,
oh yeah, I consented to
rape. No, not rape, but like, let's say like in an alternate universe, like you were just kind of like, oh, you're into that? All right, cool. Let's get dirty. Let's get filthy, like right now. And
yeah, but I'm a frog. I'm about to eat this spider. You feel?
Could definitely see like AOC being into like some bondage shit.
Oh,
like,
you're fucking kidding me?
Like,
absolutely,
like for real. I am telling you. I bet you she does some freaky deaky shit. And like it. I don't know. Like, I almost feel like any person that's like in politics like that, or in like a position of, let's say, power, where you have to deal with fake people all fucking day and everything, like that kind of gives you that what do you call it? Like the sort of stress relief you want from that is a little different than others. Is all I'm saying.
I'd have to really love a woman to do that shit with her.
What if she was like kind of low key tender about it? Like she wasn't just
sweet about it. Yeah,
she wasn't just like like 1800 slave master with the whip and like just hitting your back and just being like, you like that, and you're just kind of like
my fucking boot, bitch. Like
no, but like that's not what I'm saying. But like
you want to fuck this pussy, you got to earn it, bitch. And then she tells you to bend over and.
No, I'm just saying, like, what if she's like just really whip happy? She's like using it for some reason, and you're like look up to her like as she's just going at you with the whip, and you're like you're starting to really rethink like this whole relationship, like that girl from 50 Shades of Grey probably did. Like I
was thinking about 50 Shades of Grey.
Like she like just looked up at this guy and was just like, yeah, I don't think. Oh my god, like he's a little too crazy.
Wait a minute. I forgot what this fucking safe word was.
She gets the paddle too. Like she alternates between the whip and the paddle.
No, dude, I can just picture that too well. I'm sorry, AOC is absolutely in a bondage.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Dude, no way. Look at her fucking face on the astrology birth chart website that I still have open. I'm sorry, that is a dominatrix. 1,000 fucking percent.
Yeah.
1,000%. Like that woman, like I will ask her to do anal and then she will respond, "All right, that sounds dope. Bend over." That is what this woman would say. 1,000%.
She gets her strap on, and you're like a little confused. Like, oh wait, I thought I was gonna do the. I was like, no, turn around. And you're like,
honey, guess what day it is? Like, oh god.
Okay, David, can I also ask?
Strap on Saturday. Her fucking husband is like quaking. He's just like, already? Which one do you want, baby? Do you want the Croco Caco, or do you want the Dino Dildo? I don't know. I'm a little torn. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Oh my god, David.
Yeah, that's what AOC said too.
Oh my god, David.
Dennis, she extorts me for sex for voice work.
Won't you actually cancel her in the future because of this?
Well, if it was actually happening, then yes.
Wait,
in my
AOC
fucking imagination.
Boyfriend.
Oh, stop. You sound like a simp typing that.
No. Like, she actually has one.
No, I know. I'm just saying. You sound like an angry... I know you're not. You just sound like an angry simp after watching that Twitch stream, like, typing that, like... AOC has a boyfriend?
So?
What the fuck? She cheated on me!
I gave her all that money. Like, oh my god, can you imagine? It's like...
Donated the $50.
AOC's campaign fund.
It's my life savings.
AOC's campaign fund is like her OnlyFans.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, that's so meta.
Ugh.
Oh my fucking
I could see
god.
it. I could see it though. That's the thing. I could see it.
Water. No, same. That's the scary part.
I could see it.
No fucking way. This campaign is fully simp funded. Oh my god.
Although, David, I want to ask you a question.
I feel for that man's asshole, whoever this guy is. AOC.
His asshole and his whole body, because she probably is real whip happy with, the whip and just goes like ham on him. Like,
it's this guy Riley Roberts. He looks like he might be some type of UK, Scottish, Irish.
He looks like he would be part of the Proud Boys. What?
He does.
I had a question about, like, could you date a woman that was in politics?
Ooh, could I date a woman that was in politics? Yeah, probably.
Like, she was, like, in politics. Like, she was actually, like, let's say, a senator or a governor. Like,
ask me a few years ago, and I absolutely would have said no. I absolutely would have said no, because I was a dumb teenager, like, oh, it's all bullshit, politics, none of it matters, and now I'm an adult, and I'm like, it's all bullshit, none of it matters.
I don't fuck anything that moves.
But now I know, man, I'll fuck anything that moves. But now I know why some of it is bullshit, and now I know what I believe in, what I don't, and stuff. At least I think I do, and I don't know. I'm just generally a more mature person about it, despite the nature of this podcast. So, honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay, then let's say if your SO in this universe was then gonna be like, it's like, baby, I'm gonna run for president, and like, and you'll be like, do you want me to help with signs? Like what? Like what? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm
very tall. I can hold it up real high.
I can hold it up. I could flip them around, do all that shit that you see those poor guys who do, like those guys who do, like, spin the fucking thing, like, in the 90-degree weather at the corner. Like, they hate their lives. They want to fucking have that car that's coming right next to them, like, to hit them, like, right now, because they just want to end it all. Like, I could do that, baby.
Spinning it around like vote AOC.
I think the sex would be very interesting, too. Because, like, let's say if she does become president, like, you're going to fuck the president.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like, you could check that off and, like, go to your homies and just be like, yo, man, fuck the president. It's like, yo, dog, he fucked the president because that's his girlfriend. Or that's his wife.
Oh my god.
That would be that'd be crazy though.
Tell me I could be the first man?
Yeah, you'd be the first lad.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'd want that responsibility.
You don't do anything. You just stand there.
Well, that's exactly it. Like, wouldn't I have to, like, not do anything?
Yeah.
What if I start a podcast like this? I don't think I could have a podcast like this if I was the first man.
Get a pseudonym.
A pseudonym.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the first man, the first man of the President of the United States of America, and I'm gonna have a podcast where I just do dumb dickery bullshittery with you, and all I have to do is change my name, and no one will know.
Yeah. And everyone.
Wow, David, you really sound like, dude. You really sound like David Riverall, the first man,
the first lad of the United States of America.
Why would you say
what?
that? That's
Wow,
that. I
that's
don't
not
sound
me.
like.
not me.
What are you talking about? I hate politics. I voted for Ron Paul in 2008. I don't know what you're talking about, man. That's not me.
Damn, you were voting for Ron
My
Paul.
wife totally isn't AOC.
Your options clearly are very limited back in the day. If your best choice was Ron Paul, but it'd be crazy though. Now that I think about it, like kind of dating someone that is in politics like that, and let's say in the future, like she wants to run for president, or like let's say not you, but like for anyone else, like if you're gay and like think they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the first gay president. It's like, holy fuck, like what the fuck can I do? It's like, well, I mean,
First order of business is all fucking Scorpios.
only people who are Gemini start wars.
Have to check themselves whenever they walk into a restaurant. Okay? You can't trust them Scorpios, girl. I am starting the anti-Scorpio task force. Half of our military budget will be going towards this.
And I have
And the other half will be like ISIS or whatever. I don't know.
Yo,
Whatever.
If ISIS is still around by that time, like something's wrong with the U.S. military.
Dude, I'm still fucking plugging Rise Cold Brew 30 years from now and getting pegged by AOC. So, clearly, the future is not what we wanted it to be, Dennis.
It probably won't be what we want. I feel as if whatever, like, I'm gonna be that guy right now. I think whatever people's, I guess, hopes are for the future, or whatever the predictions may be, whatever your guys' predictions are, it's gonna be 10 times worse.
Oh my god.
Like,
E for effort.
It's like, yeah, you guys, you tried. Like, you did your best. A for effort, as David said over here. Like, it's just, I guess. Yeah,
No.
I guess we're all going to Mars now. Like, let's just pack it up and get the fuck out of here.
No. AOC is gonna fix everything, and she's gonna be motivated by the power of my asshole, Dennis. Okay,
your asshole and your screams
to give that woman and my scream.
Your screams of pain. Not one of them is gonna be of pleasure. That's for sure.
I was in the Secret Service during the AOC presidency. All I could hear was Riverall screams.
Coming from the walls of the White House.
It echoed through like the basilisk from Harry Potter.
You know how, like... That literally means, I'm going to fuck your asshole.
You don't know pain. Until you've heard the screams of a man getting pegged every night.
You think though, like there was some people in the White House staff that like probably like maybe like years later they come out with memoirs and it's like, yeah, I heard like
kinky shit.
Yeah, it's like I just heard like Trump like sneaking in like this prostitute and like he was just fucking the shit out of her, or at least that's what her fake moan sounded like. Yeah, Donnie, fuck me.
I was trying to impersonate Donnie.
Oh,
that wasn't the woman. No, the woman's just sitting there like
she like Donnie was just like sending like a Tinder text like to the girl. And
are
just
you
done?
Like, hold on, bitch.
No, like the first text he sent her, it's like, I'm gonna show you something and it's huge, and she's like, oh my god, wow, it's so big. I can't believe I'm about to fuck the president of the United States.
It's like not even orange because like the Speedo.
Yeah. It's just like this shriveled up bean.
Oh, god, yeah.
But like,
I don't know, JFK was probably like, I mean, honestly, like the memoirs, if there are memoirs of like the Secret Service during that time, which
there has to be.
Not released to the public. There's definitely like hidden
somewhere.
I
think
like,
it's okay now if they brought him out. I think it's like if that shit was declassified, it's okay. Like if they brought it out now, because like I think we're gonna have to wait a couple more years till like I guess the White House staff is gonna be able to bring I guess like write material and like publish it. Stuff about like I guess Donald Trump's presidency, because like I have a feeling a lot of have they really?
Yeah, dude, you like literally every single fucking like cabinet member or like just
but I want like
that Donald Trump fires writes a book about it.
Okay, I want like a compilation of all those books because I'm not gonna buy all those books. I want like a
You
big
want a cringe
Bible
compilation.
Stack. I want like basically like a Bible stack cringe compilation of like all shit that that was going on with that family, and because it's not just him, it's also like Ivanka plus like Melania. Like Melania was like, we're gonna stop bullying.
All that man did was make a hot daughter. That's all he ever did.
You know what? It's so funny. Like his two sons, which like typically like when it comes to like heirs and stuff, I don't think they're it. Like they're too fugly to fucking give that role to.
Dude, drugs and shit, and like it's like it's all there, man. It's all there.
It's all
there.
It's all there, you know what I mean?
Oh, fuck me.
It's like that one like French guy who was working at the White House staff. He was like a janitor. It's like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Every time Melania passed me when I was doing the chores, let me tell you, that ass had me crying. And then when Ivanka passed, oh my God. I was literally willing to be fired for peeking her at her skirt. I was willing to be fired. That was why I am here today.
The beauty of those cheeks remind me of my nights under the Bridge of Spies.
Does she have a nice ass though?
I don't know, probably.
I think she has an okay ass.
Yeah.
Without even looking at it, I think she has an okay like ass.
Well, as much as I love this topic, Dennis, I really do. Like, I'm honestly having a blast talking about this. We do have a viewer question for today.
Ooh, yes, please.
Or a listener question. And it's completely off topic from what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, completely off topic.
Completely off topic. At Zelso Sussman asks, and I was actually looking forward to talking about this too.
Mm-hmm.
We got to choose The Office or Parks and Rec.
Okay, well, this is gonna be split right down the middle, as we had said before.
We didn't say this. We said this off camera, off
Mm-hmm.
recording, because we were like, all right, just for next week's sake, what do you think, Dennis? And Dennis was like, oh, dude, Parks and Rec, definitely. And I just
I did not say it like that. You're putting words in my mouth right now.
What?
See, David is fake news right now.
What are you talking about?
Cancel David. Cancel Nintoonist.
I didn't mean to like make it seem like that, but you said Parks and Rec.
No,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
like
fucking.
David, I'm joking.
Well, my actual reaction though, like on no meme, is that I sighed. I just went like Dennis. When we talk about this on the show,
We're gonna fight.
Like this is gonna be a fucking problem.
Like we gonna like one of us is gonna be like removed from this podcast
right now. It's about to become the single D experience, boys. It just depends on which D you want more. All right.
Oh, okay.
You want the guy who actually edits the shit together? Or do you want this fucking
horribly offensive Asian man?
Horribly offensive Historasian man. who's a fucking Capricorn.
Look, man.
Well,
what the fuck? I didn't put the stars together. That was God. Fuck him.
Goddess.
God.
First of all.
God. His name is Goddess.
First of all, can I make my piece first?
Just go ahead.
I love both shows infinitely.
I do too.
They're both incredible. I'm so glad that the trend of the documentary style show basically died after that, because it would have been officially played to death after Parks.
I do agree with that. Mm-hmm.
But The Office, in my honest opinion, it just has more to work with. In my honest opinion, like I think I love them both, but The Office, in my opinion, not only has a bigger but sort of a wider cast that I feel like had the opportunities to go down different avenues. I'm not necessarily saying it did, because I feel like Parks and Rec did a lot with that, but in a way that didn't really make sense. Like, there were some episodes where they would travel so far to do something, and I'm like, why would a local Parks and Rec department ever do something like this?
Some outlandish shit, like, like almost cartoony stuff that they do.
I feel like Parks and Rec was just as funny, frankly, if not funnier than The Office at times. But The Office was, like, funnier in a more realistic way. Like, I feel like both shows were good and very funny, but The Office was better written. It took, like, the standard American workplace, took, like, the boring, monotonous, and realism stuff with it, and actually created interesting plots and subplots out of that, rather than Parks and Rec was, like, much more reserved for, like you mentioned, the outlandish shit that something like a Parks department would never do. So besides the jokes and besides the humor, I feel like some of the writing in Parks, not that it was lazy by any stretch, I'm not saying that, but I feel like it was in comparison to The Office. I think The Office just had better writing in terms of its actual storytelling, but as a comedy, Parks was just as good, if not low-key better, because it had a really great cast too, and like a very diverse set of characters and a pretty cool premise. But I just feel like The Office just had like a much wider one that had like a bunch of different avenues. Not to mention, The Office, I don't give a fuck what anyone says, has the single greatest love story that has ever been told in a sitcom. Easily. Like Jim and Pam is like literally like textbook for anybody who has been in like those kind of situations, or like any relationship really. Like, it's told in such a realistic and just heartfelt way.
Organic as well.
Organic, that's the word, and it just hits home so much. Like, to this day, you know, like, that story just hits so hard. I remember even being like a kid watching that stuff and just rooting for them so fucking hard. It was like, it really hits home, especially with, you know, the relationships that I've had in my life. You know, it's something that definitely touches me in a certain type of way, whereas, like I said, Parks and Rec was a little more pop culture-y, a little more heavily oriented on the comedy, despite it not being flowing realistically with the writing, if you would. Judd Apatow always says, this is a direct quote from Judd Apatow from his masterclass. He always said, like, if you're writing a comedy, you should also be able to tell this story like a drama if you wanted to. That is something that he said, and I very much took that to heart. Like, yeah, it's a comedy, but you have to have your story at least make a little bit of sense. And there were times where the Parks and Rec stories just didn't really make any sense, and it was just there to be like trendy, and Leslie would totally say this, and like too heartfelt, like with the viewer on like that sort of 1-to-1 scale, if that makes any sense. Like, I just feel like the storytelling in The Office was better. That is my piece.
I could agree with that, and I have to say, like, this is coming from a guy who's watched both shows. I never watched The Office to completion, so I guess my opinion could be a little bit biased on that. When I watched the episodes in passing, I thought some of them were very funny. When I tried watching it from beginning to end, I dropped it after the second or third episode.
The Office, really?
Yeah.
The first season's kind of whack.
Yeah, and,
I won't lie.
It's
just slow.
Yeah, and some shows kind of just have like that first season that's kind of like dog shit, and it's kind of like a slog to like. Yeah,
I've never seen the first season of Parks ever.
Yeah, you don't need to. Like, it's to be fair though. Like, this is also one of those shows where like I feel like it's very much like how do you call it? Like if you just catch it on TV, or like let's say like you just play a random episode like on Netflix, it's like, okay, you could like have fun, and like, you know, it could surprise you sometimes, like, you know, like after 20 minutes or so, like, you know, you'll be like, oh wow, like that was actually pretty funny, or well, wow, like that was actually like pretty meta, or like at the same time like very touching. And one thing that I've noticed, like, this is not a sitcom by any means, but like the way that it's sort of kind of framed is in the same way, but at the same time the way it's made is completely different.
Yeah,
because it's always like, you know how like a lot of sitcoms have the same stupid fucking jokes like over and over again, and like, you know, it's, and like The Office kind of like, you know, like fucking Michael's an idiot. So like it's just like, you know, everyone just kind of like laughs at all the stupid shit that he does, and like everyone in like that whole office is just kind of like us as the audience, like looking at this dumb shit, and we're just kind of like, wow, this guy's like literally fucking retarded, but like he's so funny, and like we love this shit. And also Leslie's kind of like, you know, like she's also stupid as well, like both of the protagonists are almost like similar in how dumb they are, but like their heart is always like in the right place kind of thing. So it's kind of like that lovable idiot that we like a lot of us kind of know, and like we can't help but like at least just be like, okay, like, you know, we like this guy even if he's a bit of a fucking idiot at times, but like, you know, we still love him, or we still love her. And I also do agree with you in that I'm kind of glad that we're not seeing, or I hope to God we don't see more shows like The Office or Parks and Rec, because I think for those two shows, those are the only two shows that I could tolerate that like format, because like you said, it would have gotten old real fast. Like it would have just been, it would have been done to death like real fucking quick. And it still stands as two of these, like The Office and Parks and Rec, stand as the GOATs of like that whole, like, I guess what do you call it, like genre.
The Office was huge, dude. That show was humongous.
Yeah. Like, what was it like? How many fucking seasons? Like
9.
9. Okay, and like Parks and Rec had like what 11, I think.
No, Parks had less. It only had 7.
Okay, well 9 and 7. That's still a lot though.
I mean, that's still exceptional
Like,
for any TV show.
Yeah, for a TV show, that's the thing though. Like most shows don't go past like 2 or 3 seasons.
Some shows don't go past 1.
Yeah. And these ones like literally transcended that and was just kind of like, I'm gonna dick on all these shows and get like 7 to 9 like seasons. And I personally feel it's a testament to like how well written it is and how like almost beautifully crafted it is as a show, and also it's comedy. Personally, for me though, like when I was watching Parks and Rec, like that show, it also could stem to this. I was watching it with someone else at the time, so like we kind of made it a thing to like, oh, like, let's watch Parks and Rec, and like, you know, what do you call it? Like, let's see where it goes. Like, you know, like, oh, because like this is funny. Like, let's keep going with it. I guess sometimes like that could also be a difference. Like if you're watching a show with another person and like y'all both of you are like invested in this and are like talking about it and just be like, yeah, like, you know, you like, did you know that would happen? Like, you know, some like any discussion going on, like that also helps with like the sort of what do you call it? Like you staying on and watching it, because some shows are a slog. A lot of shows that I watch low key are slogs to get through. And like, and it's maybe it's also just my dumbass attention span, and like I just can't like what do you call it, like just be like so like 110% focused and invested in it. But it's like at the same time, like I'm also thinking like, wow, I want to scratch my nuts and go take a piss and like do anything other than watch the show sometimes. And it's like, it's not even a bad show either sometimes. It's just like, I'm just bored.
Yeah.
Like I want like something to fucking happen. And like, it's the reason why like when I watch anime, a lot of the shit that I watch is always just like real loud, bombastic action, like packed and like, you know, and all those things combined. Because like I'm the average person, like when they're watching shows, they're kind of dumb in the sense that like, you know, their attention spans, like there's got to be like a hook to it. And that hook has to come early. And if it doesn't come early, they're not going to give a fuck. Like,
which is a miracle for Parks.
Yeah, exactly.
And The Office, really.
For me, like, especially. Because, like, I thought this show was just, like, this show is kind of goofy. And then, like, after more episodes came out, as I watched it, and, like, plus, I love Ron. Ron's, like, my
Ron Burgundy is one of the greatest television characters.
No, Ron Swanson.
I said Burgundy, shit, because I watched Anchorman. I watched Anchorman 2 today.
He is too, though.
I watched Anchorman 2 today. That's why I confused it. Same first name.
Wow.
I meant Ron Swanson. You know, obviously, Ron Swanson is that dude. When a character literally becomes like your whole brand after one show like that, to the point where you get multiple different like show offers and deals, like a home do-it-yourself show, an animated series starring another Ron Swanson-like character from the makers of Bob's Burgers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
When you have like a whole hour-long video of just you as like, you know, Nick Offerman as Ron Swanson sitting by a Yule log and just drinking fucking Lagavulin for an hour doing absolutely nothing, which exists, by the way. You like definitely put that on your background, your TV next Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
You know that character is fucking golden.
He also carried the show at times. A lot of times, actually, now that I realize it. Because, like, there was nobody, at least for me, there was a lot of, like, kind of, a lot of them were obviously there for comedic effect and such, but like every time Ron spoke, I just shut up. Like that's like the kind of guy.
It's like he's really here.
Yeah, and
shut the fuck up if I was in the presence of that man.
Yeah, it's like I ain't even like gonna even joke about that too, because like his presence on the show too, like kind of just was like, if it wasn't Leslie's show. Or like what do you want to call it? Amy Poehler's show.
Yeah,
because like she was like the main character and such.
Obviously, yeah.
Like this guy could have easily carried that show.
Like he would have like Urkeled it.
In what sense?
Well, you know, Family Matters. Urkel was not the star of that show.
Yeah.
But he took it over.
Okay, yeah.
He just took it over. Like the show was like supposed to star like the main character whose name I forgot.
Was it one of the girls?
Philip, I think. No, it wasn't Philip. No, Philip was the dad from Fresh Prince. I don't know why I was thinking. What was the? I don't remember his fucking name. I haven't watched Family Matters in a very long time.
Yeah,
but Urkel was just supposed to be that character that just popped in and out and stuff.
Did I do that?
Did I do that? Like that sort of just one joke character, which he was. But then he stole the show, and then most of the episodes became about him. He just became like the most popular character. So that's why I use that term Urkeling a show, because he wasn't intended to be the star, and he pretty much became the star just because the fans loved him so much. So you're saying that, like, Ron Swanson could have done that very thing had it not been for Leslie Knope.
Yes, exactly. Because, like, I personally, I always thought, like, Leslie Knope was a bit of an annoying-ass character. Like, I did kind of, like, sympathize in that, like, she's fighting a good fight and all that, but, like, I'm also an asshole. And, like, I love just the way Ron talks and like the no nonsense that he just has with everybody, and like I don't know, it just made me resonate with him a lot more. The fucking loves like cigars and steak and scotch. Like I've only had 2 of those things. I haven't had a cigar yet, but it's like I don't know. Everything about him was just like so likable to me, and
They found a way to make a stereotypical, like, true, like, manly man in the modern era of, like, comedy that relatable and, like, good of a character to something that's the complete opposite of him in terms of that demographic, which is women.
Yeah.
You know, like women fucking love Ron Swanson. And he's, like, the most old-fashioned ass, like, you know, stereotypical, like, wilderness survival man that you kind of got, like, going for you.
Go to the log cabin and during the winter type of guy.
I avoided 10 times that man's body weight in the last 12 hours alone. Tom is no more. Go away, she-devil.
Oh, my favorite was when he goes to fucking Home Depot and like the guy's like, "Can I help you with something?" He's like, "I know more than you." And then one of my other favorites was when he goes to like a park and like one of the cops comes and like, "Hey, like, do you have a permit for that?" It's like, and he's like, "Yeah, I do, right here." And it's just like a piece of paper that says, "Ron Swanson can do whatever the fuck he wants." I love this guy. Like, I think even Nick Offerman's also just like he's a bit of a boomer, but like at the same time, like he's just like,
no, he's a big do-it-yourself kind of guy.
Yeah,
he literally had a show where like he judged. Was it a show that he did that he judged? I think it was a show that he had with Amy Poehler actually. It was
and
like
did
a
like some
reality
wood
show.
shop. And did some
yeah,
wood shop,
where they like judged like woodshop creations and stuff. And because he actually does woodshop, like a lot of Ron Swanson's characters derived from him.
Is Nick,
which is good
Nick.
because every actor or voice actor should put a little bit of themselves into the character. It's not all just bland direction in and out. If you got to put a little bit of yourself into it to make it real. You know, like somebody's crying on a screen. You know, like. He's not crying about just necessarily what his lines are making him cry about. He's crying about like the time he got his heart broken years ago in his actual life to like bring that emotion out for the character. And when you can put a little bit of yourself into that, or in this case, a lot of yourself into it, like Nick Offerman did with Ron Swanson, that's good. That's really good. And it's also impressive the other way around because you want to take a look at the under end of the spectrum and Michael Scott, you know, like Steve Carell, as outlandish as he is, no, he's a good actor.
No, he is.
He's a great fucking actor. I mean, you didn't see The Big Short yet, right? We talked about that movie a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to watching it, but I want to.
Yeah, he was in that movie, and he was phenomenal. He was absolutely phenomenal in that role. He's done serious
guy,
roles.
right? He was the main guy, right?
Yeah, he was like one of the main guys.
He was like the detective trying to find out like what the fuck is going on.
No, he was the head of his own investing firm, and he was the head of his own like investing firm and whatnot. And I think he invests like with one of the guys who was responsible for the market crash. And he sort of finds out about it a little too late, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I haven't seen the movie in a long time, and when I saw it, I didn't fucking understand it. I want to watch it. All I was staring at was freaking Bar Raffaelli's titties, like, floating in that, like, hot tub that they showed and stuff. That's all I was looking at the time. All right? Like,
at the time.
At the time. Whatever. Yeah, both shows are absolutely brilliant, man. It's hard to really, choose which one is
I love how we
better.
both said we're going to, like, go be at each other's throats with it, but I love how we just kind of was like, yeah, it's like, yeah, there's merits to that show, and there's merits to this show, and there's merits to this character, there's merits to that character, and like, yo, guys, isn't like, isn't it crazy that like y'all can have differing opinions but come together as well at the same time? Like, isn't that fucking nuts?
Fuck you, Dennis.
Isn't it fucking nuts?
No, fuck you. Your opinion's fucking fuck you.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm just like some Asian boy sitting on his computer, like in the middle of Jersey. Like, you know, who the fuck am I?
Me too, but white. Y Cubano.
Oh, how does it feel knowing that Ted Cruz is a Cubano, my friend?
He's a cuck. I don't care. I don't fucking. He's a true 2019 guy.
He looks like a Wonder Bread Cuban.
Dude, Cubans either come like as light as me or as dark as LeBron. Like, the spectrum is crazy.
That's true.
Yeah. They definitely, like, fucked a bunch of slaves and stuff when they stopped there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, their roots are, like, Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
I have a friend, she's...
My ex was Cuban, too. You know, she was light-skinned as I am.
Do you guys actually speak a lot of Spanish, though, at home? Like,
I speak, like, none.
But your dad?
Yeah, no, my dad speaks. My dad was raised with the language, so he speaks it, and my sister...
Oh, it hasn't gone away?
No, it hasn't gone away, and he learned it. I didn't grow up with Spanish. You know, all I learned was, like, the fucking, like, vocabulary that, like, dumbass American schools teach you. They don't teach you fucking conversational Spanish or anything like that. They're like, apple es manzana. Banana es banana. Gringa is like shit like that.
White
It's
bitch.
Like, I didn't learn any real true conversational Spanish hardly until I was even in college classes, and even then it wasn't good enough. You literally just need to practice by being in conversations with people, or nowadays use those apps.
Too.
Use those fucking apps that like teach you in 10 minutes a day. Other than that, before that, I have no idea how the fuck people learn languages. I commend anybody who learns a second language. That shit is not easy. I don't care what anyone says, but the only language I speak is the language of love. And by language of love, I mean Rise Cold Brew, which to me is basically love.
Fucking
podcast sponsored is right. Feelings mutual, buddy. I hate me too.
I was like twisting inside when you were like when you stopped at that pause.
Look, my analogies are normally broken. Okay,
I know,
that one just didn't.
I know, but I was just like, I was like half like looking forward to you saying it and half like, oh, this motherfucker.
Hey, speaking of fucking cold, black, nitrogenated beverages with caffeine going down your throat, Rise Cold Brew. There you go, broken segue. This podcast is once again sponsored by the Rise Brewing Company, which makes nitrogenated organic cold brew coffee in a variety of flavors, with a new one on the way very soon. And the price just dropped very recently, actually. Now you can get yourself a 12-pack. Or I would say you can get a 12-pack for $30, or you can even get 10% off that with discount code Nintoonist using the special referral link that is down in the description below. Copy-paste that into your browser, put Nintoonist in, bada bing, bada boom, good to go zoom, and you will get yourself any semblance of delicious flavors of organic cold brew coffee or organic oat milk, which comes in original flavor, vanilla, or chocolate. I recommend any of them. Yummy. Honestly, they're the best. And if you haven't followed us yet already, we very much appreciate that. You know, we're trying to take our little baby in a creative direction and just nurture it and grow it to be more than the ugly little demon spawn of two men that it is. And that can only happen with your help.
We're both good. We're both fairly good looking. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm like a fucking.
Oh, I'm hot as fuck.
I know,
I'm hot as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think our baby would be like okay at the very
Dennis,
least.
the only person hotter than I am is you. It's you. It's you, my dude.
All right, listen to me, sweet cheeks. Like thing, you're not getting none of this dick later because of that sweet talk. All right,
fucking
AOC's waiting for you.
I tried. I tried. Honestly, that's a real question. It's like, would you rather? Oh, let's end on this. No, that's dumb. Never mind. That's actually a really dumb question. I was gonna ask that. I was gonna ask if like you were so terrified of like being pegged, would you rather like be with a girl who constantly pegs you no matter what, or you'll never have to do that again, or you'll be able to be with a woman that you actually will respect your sexual wishes, but you gotta fuck a guy once. Then I realized, wait, no, I just fucking get pegged anyway. What am I talking about? Either way, I get pegged. And one of them is by an actual dick. I'd 1,000% rather be with a real woman doing that. I don't know why that thought even crossed my mind.
Wait, isn't pegging though like from a woman though? Like it has to be from a woman if it wants to be pegging.
I guess that's the technical term.
Right,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know who splits hairs about this shit, but like
yeah, forgive me. My homosexual lingo is a little off ever since my non-existent underground days in the fucking clubs.
Of being a gay prostitute.
Of being a gay prostitute. Yeah, times were hard. You know, shit was rough, man.
Yeah, David's pretty gay, dog. You know what I mean?
You know, it'd be like that.
Kind of swings both ways, you know what I mean? As his dick is a Cuban sandwich, is like literally just like is dangling from his fucking
Shut the fuck up,
from his nether
man.
regions. Yo, ladies, I'm telling you, like, this dude's penis is like, oh wow.
They'll find out on their own.
Yes,
They'll find out on their own time if they want to.
Is the tastiest Cuban sandwich.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Dennis knows that.
The tastiest. It has some nice cheese on it.
Shut up! Oh my God! Shut the fuck up! Shut up! We're done. Okay,
hungry.
no more. Follow us on youtube.com/Nintoonist, or if you really want to help us out, listen to us and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, which we are on. We are on Apple Podcasts now. It turns out Anchor was auto-distributing to it, which is dope.
Oh,
so now
shit,
we are on Apple Podcasts, lit. Overcast, Google Podcasts, all that stuff. Check it out. Look at this new banner that I created. Advertising us on streams and stuff. We are good to go. This was a fucking fun episode. Dennis, what do you got to say to the people?
Sorry for the two-parter, folks. But I mean, well, sorry to Edit-Tunist for the two-parter.
The only person you should apologize to that is fucking Edit-Tunist. It's not a two-parter to anybody else.
My bad. I'm sorry. But also at the same time, guys, like, I hate to
I'm
be
just
that.
sitting there like fucking like...
Veins are coming out of your fucking head. Steam's coming out of your ears. Your hands are just sweating and like just fury.
This took me 2 extra minutes.
Also, guys, please, like, I hate to be that person, but, you know, like, comment, and subscribe, and please share all your friends and shit with this stuff, because
We can't grow without you.
we can't grow without you all. Please help us. We want to be big like David's Cuban sandwich cock.
I was gonna say we can't physically see you guys, so we don't know how attractive you are. So that's not gonna make us grow. So just make us grow in another way, please. Please.
Lights off.